Welcome back to Cartel Tycoon. Continuing with the Needs and Tears campaign. This is already episode 9, don't hesitate to check in the video description below if you want to see the full playlist or if you want to see other videos that I've made on the game. In the last episode we really built a strong base of operation. We have a stable production of dirty money, we have a good capacity to launder into legal money, we have high loyalty, and we have a powerful gang. As you can see, 38 of power, it's quite strong. Now it's time to really expand across the map, expand our production types. It's actually worth noting that you don't really technically need to conquer the whole map to finish this mission, to finish this campaign of the Needs and Tears, but of course we're a bit of achievers, so we're going to do it. Now we've definitely entered the mid-game, so there will be a lot of the same from time to time, and therefore I won't show you everything. This will be edited so that you only see the highlights, you see the big things. But of course don't hesitate to ask any question that you may have in the comments below. If you're unsure of anything, if you have thoughts, I'd love to hear them. There are 3 main goals in this episode. One is I want to talk to everyone. We need to talk to all of the mayors to understand what they want to do to give us control of their cities, but also some of the NPCs that we haven't talked to, like the general over here. And while we are talking to those mayors, we want to conquer as many regions as possible, including of course Sodeso, because Sodeso is the mission we need to do. We need to capture 2 seaports, so we need to capture this port over here. And that means we're also going to need to fight against the gangs. There is a gang in this city, it's only 19, we are at 39, so they're not very scary, I'm not scared. There's also another gang over here. And the third goal for this episode is to start making the next drug. We've been selling opium, we've been selling dry cannabis. We are not actually going to make meth, we're going to make cocaine first. There's a number of missions that are linked to this. For example, over here we need to make dry coca. Here we need to deliver cocaine. So we're going to start with the cocaine and we'll do meth in the next episode. And here it is, this is 1 year later. We started the episode on the 1st of January, now we're on the 1st of December, so 11 months to be precise. And we have conquered quite a bit. As you can see, we have conquered 6 new regions. We've also taken over the military base over here. The airport over here is ours. The indigenous territory and the guerrillas. So of course to do that I had to do a number of classic missions like taking over all of the local thugs, buildings, bribing the mayors with some money, delivering some drugs like opium for the military base, cocaine for the guerrillas, dry coca for the indigenous territory, and you get the idea. One interesting one was Foscani over here, where the mayor actually asked me to kidnap some of the council members. I had to use the kidnapping ability, which I didn't have at the time. Because if we look at my lieutenant, I was planning to use Kumar to kidnap, but Kumar was actually blocked over here and it was the Pope that was over here. He only has kidnapping at level 4 and he was blocked over here at level 3. So I had to do something. So I mean, there's a couple of ways to take care of that, to basically get rid of one of your lieutenants like the Pope. One is you can send him alone to fight something strong, right? Fight a gang on your own, you're going to lose, you're going to die. Another way is to go to prison. Go to prison, they can either fight the police and lose against the police, or you can just send them to prison and tell them to go there. And that's what I did. Now he's been in prison for quite some time. He's gonna be set free in 9 years. Yeah, not gonna happen very soon. But that opened this space here to improve, to upgrade, to promote Kumar. Then Kumar had kidnapping and therefore I was able to do this mission. And actually talking about the prison, this is still the one NPC I haven't done yet. So this will be in the next episode, we'll conquer the prison. All the other NPCs have been taken, they all offer quite some nice abilities. For example, the indigenous territory over here. This is like a market, like a village, where you can buy all of those resources for money or against terror. It actually has a higher stock than all of those villages and restock more often. On top of that, the indigenous territory also gives access to this new region, which is great for coca. As you can see, a lot of great soil for coca. Then number 2, the guerrillas. The guerrillas, they do a couple of things. One, it's an airport. It's an airport with 1 slot. So you can use it to deliver, as I'm doing over here, some dry cannabis, for example. You don't even have to hide it. As you can see, it's pretty close to where I'm making the cannabis, so it's going there directly. On top of that, it also gives you an army. This is an army that can help you when you're fighting the government or enemy gangs. This will give you some power. You can see 10 power over here. And actually, this is something I just discovered recently, is you can also do robbery or kidnapping. So I could have used this for the kidnapping instead of upgrading Kunar. And then over here we have the military base, and the military base, when you take over it, if you provide some opium to it, to consume some opium, it can give you 3 bonuses. The first one is to unlock military tech, the second is military support, and the last one is immunity. Now over here you can see the national army will not actually attack me. Even if my terror arrives over here, it will not attack me. The military techs, you may be wondering, it is all of those techs that you see here over here that have a sort of a small tank. And for each of the building, all of them are linked to a specific building. When you research it, it increases the power. So it increases, if you wish, the defense of that building. It can be useful, for example, for your residence. If you have a lot of money in your residence, you don't want enemy gangs or the army to attack it, you can get some power with that. Of course, as I said earlier, also we had to destroy a couple of gangs, the 2 gangs, the 1 gang that was over here and that was over there. We destroyed them. My power was way higher than theirs, and honestly I didn't really have space to merge with them, so I just killed them. It was definitely a lot easier than the first one that gave us a lot of trouble, if you remember. And taking over Solideso, we took over the port, and therefore we finished Opportunity Knocks level 1. Now we're moving to Opportunity Knocks level 2, which is that we need to sell 150 units of cocaine, both into this port over here, and as well as also the other port, Puerto Roja, that we already had before. Of course, to avoid terror, you need to hide this cocaine into something like vegetables. And as you can see, we're starting to sell now some vegetable with cocaine inside. This is going to give us a lot of money, 77, almost 80,000 just for this one shipment. So we need to make sure also to link it to a bank. There's a bank over here, so launder that money for sure. Speaking about money, look at this bank account. We've crossed the 1 million of legal money. We also have quite a bit of dirty money hiding across the map. So we're definitely making more and more money. Money is not a problem anymore. Okay, so let's review this cocaine production. It starts over here in those coca field. They produce quite a bit, actually 31 of coca in 8 hours. It does require farm level 3, so you need to upgrade that. You need to unlock it. Then we have this warehouse over here that's delivering it to those transport companies, and those transport companies are sending it across the bridge over here, over there. Honestly, this was a terrible idea. Why? Because as I said, this is producing a lot. This is 31 in 8 hours. So I needed a lot of these transport companies. Even 3 of these is not enough. It would have been a lot better, a lot smarter to actually continue the rest of the production over here, make it not so far away. But anyway, you live and learn. So I sent it over here into this warehouse, and then this warehouse is bringing it to the drying rack. The drying rack level 2 that you need for drying the coca. It takes 92 to make 50 of dry coca in 4 hours. So again, very quick. Then this dry coca is sent into a lab. This is all over here, lab level 2, but you actually don't need a level 2, level 1 is fine. You need to take some of this coca and also some hydrochloric acid. It's made into those chemical plants here. This is a level 1. This is totally fine to have a level 1. And with that, you're making a cocaine. 55, 5 to make 5. It is actually possible to make the cocaine even without the hydrochloric acid, but then with 55 you're only making 3. And given that it is producing a lot, this is very small, I do suggest you do this recipe with the hydrochloric acid. Then as we said, we need to hide this cocaine to be able to really send it via our seaport, and that's why those vegetables over here come into play. They all go into this workshop over here. We're taking the vegetables and the cocaine to hide it inside. Of course, don't hesitate if you have any questions, any thoughts about it. As I said, if I were to redo it, I would definitely put all of this over here. It would be a lot simpler. During that time, we've also expanded some other cities. In particular, we now have 5 banks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as well as also a couple of jewelry stores, which are also laundering a lot of money. But we're not done yet. There's still 2 more regions to take over. We need to, of course, finish this Opportunity Knocks level 2, and then we're gonna get another one. Spoiler alert, the next one is gonna be about meth, so we'll start making that in the next episode. We also need to take care of the prison. As I said, we're not controlling the prison yet. If you like this episode, don't hesitate to smash the like button, and I hope to see you next time for the last episode of this campaign.